What is good? What is good, everybody? So today's video is about the New York Football Giants. Preseason is fast approaching, so I wanted to react to what's his name, Buddy from Colin Coward. Uh, so I'm gonna see what he has to say. Now, what I take from this is a few things. Um, I don't think I don't think Daniel Jones per se needs an elite receiver. Um, I say that because if you go back and look at how Daniel, what I mean, if you go back and look at Daniel Jones's best seasons, he did it without an elite receiver. He was throwing it to Slayton and Kadarius Toney um, and Rondell and Hyatt, right? So you don't really need technically an elite receiver. It helps. Don't get me wrong, it helps. But I just don't think that you need an elite receiver. Um, I think Daniel Jones more than anything needs an elite running game. Because if you saw how he beat the Vikings in the playoffs, he did it by running. You know, I think he ran for like 70 yards on them. Saquon Barkley had a huge pop, had a huge game against them. So they did it on the running game. They didn't even beat them passing, to be honest with you. They had more rushing yards than they did passing, you know? So I think after all that said and done, I think Daniel Jones need a better. I think Daniel Jones needs a running game than anything. Um, I think they need. I think he needs a. I think he needs a running game more than anything. Um, I think he needs a running game more than anything. Um, Now, why do Daniel Jones struggle? For one, he's been through a lot of offensive coordinators. That's for one. When a quarterback is constantly going through offensive coordinators, it kind it kind of gives them a sense of false hope because they have to be comfortable with their play calling. Like when Eli Manning had Kevin Gilbride for those two Super Bowls, he was comfortable with him. You know, he was comfortable with him. Um, Hold on, let me kill this fly. I left the door open, but I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to talk. So it's gonna mess up his psyche, you know. It's gonna mess up his psyche, because you need a great offensive coordinator. You know, no, we're not really great, but you just need a decent offensive coordinator. But if you constantly going through offensive coordinators, you're not gonna last in this league. You're not gonna last in this league. Like if you look at Eli Manning had two decent backs that he can rely on. Brandon Jacobs, Mark Bradshaw, Derek Ward. You look back at that 2016 season where he had Brandon Jennings, and then he had Shane Vereen, and then he had Andre Williams. He always had a great running game. Tiki Barber, you know what I'm saying? So he always had a great running game. Um, and that's what the Giants need right now is a great running game. Now, is Devin Singletary Saquon Barkley? No, I think he does certain things better than Saquon Barkley. Like I think Devin Singletary, for one, can stay healthy. That's something that Barkley struggled with, staying healthy because of his stature and how he is. Like he's built like a tank. You know what I'm saying? Um, and for two, Devin Singletary can pass protect. That's something that, again, Saquon Barkley struggled with. He wasn't really a great pass protector, you know. So was Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson was never a great pass protector. So was Steve Johnson. You know, Frank Gore wasn't a great pass protector. But boy, they can run the heck out of that football though. So you know, but just in terms of explosive plays, you're not going to get that from Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary's been in the league for a very long time. He's bounced around a couple of times, but he's always been available, and that's something the Giants eyed on, or I think that's the one thing the Giants looked upon in running backs. Like can they be dependable? Because let's say hypothetically we bring back Saquon Barkley, right? We overpaid for him. Now we got now we overpaid for two people, right? Where we could have just overpaid for one. You know, we overpaid for the wrong one, obviously. We could have just said scratch it. Daniel Jones is not the answer. Let him walk, or trade him via draft, whatever, and get yourself a quarterback. But no, they chose to stay with Daniel Jones, handcuff them to Daniel Jones. So now Daniel Jones is going to have to go out there and consistently get better. And we're not even talking one season. We're talking the season after that and the season after that because since his rookie year, Daniel Jones has been a slippery slope. He's been up, he's been down. He's been up, he's been down. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need you not to just bounce back. We need you to be consistent. We need you to be Peyton Manning consistent. I mean, I think his health will be fine. If there's any setbacks, if he does get sacked the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? Like this team is going to go up in flames because as bad as Daniel Jones play at times, he's the only one that knows this offense inside out. Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito don't really get that much practice unless, he goes down or he's hurt or he's hurt. Like they'll probably get some playing time in the preseason, but that's just all about it. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Jones is the starter. He has no leverage. Or not I won't say leverage, but he doesn't have to worry about, some rookie coming in and taking his job. So All the Giants need is a running game. That's all they need. Um, will Devin Singletary provide that? You bet you bet your bottom dollar he will. But don't expect any explosive plays. He's more of a in between the tackle type of running back. You know, he's not gonna dance around, prance around like a Barkley and just dance like he's gonna go boom straight to the hole, attack the hole. Like I've been watching him when he was with the Bills and with the with the Bills and the Texans because I received a lot of Texans game for some odd reason. I received a few Texans games down here, so I've seen him up close and personal. You know, he's very durable. He can pass protect, and he's not going to dance around the hole like Saquon Barkley. You know, he's going to take what the defense gives him. You know, because Saquon Barkley was drafted what 2020. Devin Singletary was drafted, I believe, 2010. He was in that 2010 draft class, I believe. Let me look it up. And Giants fans need to stop falling for these fake YouTube videos that be saying, "Oh, what the Giants are doing is going to be unstoppable," and this and like that's like all horse crap, you know. Like I want this Giants team to succeed. I really do. You know, I'm not, um, I'm not nitpicking on the Giants. I just want this Giants team. I just want this Giants team to do very good. You know, but they just keep it going backwards, man. All right, so Devin Singletary was born September 3rd, 1997. His nickname was Motor. Okay, yeah, I can see why his nickname was Motor. Wow, so he was drafted in the 2019 round pick, third round pick number 74. He went to Florida Atlantic. He played 2 years there. He's from uh, Deerfield Beach, Florida. He played for Buffalo from 2019 to 2022. So he was drafted by Buffalo, and then he played for the Houston Texans for 1 year, and now he's on the New York Giants. So he's on his third team in the last what 10 years. And the Giants is always about connections. You know, I mean, Joe Shane, Brian Dable, they came from the same cloth. Obviously Devin Singletary is familiar with Brian Dable's and what he wants to do and not what to do. So you rather get somebody that you know and trust rather than getting somebody you don't know. You know, and he's only 26 years old, so he's 1 year older than Saquon. I think Saquon Barkley is how old? Um, Saquon Barkley is 27. Okay, so he's 27. So they're 1 year apart in age difference. So, um, so that's all you got to do, man. Is just get Daniel Jones a consistent running game. Now let's talk about Malik Neighbors for a second. Now, I've been watching a lot of film on Malik Neighbors. Um, like I really wanted a Doomsday. You know, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show y'all what I meant. I think I did it on my shorts. If I can go to my shorts on here, um, All right, skip that. Oh, I have to go to my shorts. All right, so where is it? Dang, I'm gonna have to scroll, 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 scroll. Damn, I forgot which one it was. This is when I first started. This is when I first started on YouTube. I had like 32 subscribers. Hold on, let me. I had like 32 subscribers. Let me bring it all the way down. Yeah, so I came a long way. I really did. I can't find it, but if I do, then I'll let y'all know. Hey, what is this? Oh, but anyways, yeah. So I wanted a doomsday. I really did. If I could bring it, hold on. I think Rome or Doomsday. Rome or Doomsday. All right, so this is it right here.
What's your best trait? Not physical, not speed or size, just your best trait. I would say my versatility. I played inside a lot in my career. In some of my early on days.
See, this is Rome or Doomsday right here.
On the line and get the job done, and I think I play pretty well outside. So if you kind of plug and pull me, whatever you want, I'm gonna go get the job done. Why should we draft you? I think, other than all my skills on the field, I'm a guy who's going to come into your locker room and bring the energy, bring the juice, adhere to a high standard and bring everybody along with me. Enter that room as a leader, as someone who, people can look to as an example of how to do things right, and how to carry yourself in a way that, inspires others, inspires a big fan base, a big market that you guys have. Yeah, you're an impressive young man, man. Appreciate it. What's your best trait? Not physical, not speed or size.
All right, so this is the Giants reviewing all receivers: Marvin, a Doomsday, and Malik Neighbors. These stupid ass commercials, yo.
Be straight.
So this is Marvin Harrison. I mean, this is Malik Neighbors.
And then how do you handle not being involved early in the game? How do I handle it? Yeah. I handle it pretty tough, especially, during the week. That's what I'm looking for. Been in the offense, in the week, putting in the work with the one offense, getting a lot of plays, known to be called for me. So if I'm not in those plays and not getting the ball, I'm pretty hard on it. I don't mind that. I want guys that want to get the ball, I want guys that hate fucking losing. But you got to learn how to harness that a little bit. Right. I don't mind the competitive fucking juice, man. You need some dogs. Right. I want guys that want the ball. Yes. Sometimes you lose. I mean, shit, I lose it too as a coach, but you got to learn how to harness that good. Yes. What's your best trait? Not physical, not speed.
Okay, so this is Rome or Doomsday.
I would say my versatility. I played in.
Like Malik Neighbors didn't say anything remotely particularly good. He just said, "Oh, I hate losing." Like, don't everybody hates losing? Like when you put your parlays down, you hate losing, right? Like I hate losing too. Sometimes I wish I can just keep on recycling the same method over and over and over, but it just doesn't work. It is what it is. But to me, a Doomsday was obviously the best pick. But again, the Giants are going for fucking flash rather than production. This kind of reminds me of 10 years ago, 2014 draft class. The Giants had a the Giants had a clear shot of drafting because I wanted Mike Evans, and that's who Roma Doomsday reminds me of, kind of like a poor man's, Mike Evans, clean off the field, no issues, you know what I'm saying? Just, work, and he's still on the team. We in 2024 and he's still on the team. Go figure. But I'll digress. So this is Rums of Doomsday.
Some of my early on days, I'm a blocker. I could get down on the line and get the job done, and I think I play pretty well outside. So you can plug and pull me whatever you want. I'm gonna go get the job done. Why should we draft you? I think other than all my skills on the field, I'm a guy who's gonna come into your locker room and bring that.
You know what strikes me? He didn't say what Malik Neighbors said. They don't view him as a dog. They just view him as somebody that's gonna line up and just do their job. He's not gonna complain, and he's not gonna, I think that's what the Giants don't see in him. Like, I'm not saying that he's not a bad receiver to them, but to them, they just need that alpha dog, kind of like a Odell. Like when Odell wasn't getting the ball, he would throw his tantrums all over the field, kicking the net, proposing to the net, peeing on the, doing the celebration pee dance, whatever. Like that shit will not win you games. I'm telling you. Like you look at Mike Evans, you look at Julio Jones. All of them went to the Super Bowl on their respective teams. Antonio Brown, as good as he is, he had to go to Tampa to win the Super Bowl. Odell, he had to go to LA Rams to win the Super Bowl. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Larry Fitzgerald, who's been drafted by the Arizona Cardinals, spent his whole entire career there, went to the Super Bowl, even though they didn't win it. I know that, but still, you need that type of receiver in the locker room. To me, I think Malik Neighbors is more of a distraction than he is worth. We'll see. We'll see, because that whole club thing, like, you're a rookie. What are you doing in the club? What are you doing in the club, my guy? You're a damn rookie. What are you doing in the club? You shouldn't even be near a damn club. Like, what are you trying to be, the next Plaxico Burress? Like, I'm pretty sure, I'm surprised he didn't have a firearm with him. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, and then they looking at him like he's not really dumb, but they're just looking at him like, okay, are you going to say something that we want to hear, or are you just going to talk about yourself and how you're this and that? See, this is where the Giants are fucking up. Instead of just going forward, they're going backwards more and more and more. And now I'm not saying that Malik Neighbors was a safe pick. I'm not saying Malik Neighbors was the best pick. All I'm saying is choose your draft picks wisely. Because I'm pretty sure if they drafted a Doomsday, I would have been ecstatic. And I'm still trying to find that damn shorts. I'm probably going to have to scroll all the way down because I've done a lot of shorts. So it's probably buried down here somewhere. So, yeah.
Skills on the field. I'm a guy who's going to come into your locker room and bring the energy, bring the juice, and adhere to a high standard, and bring everybody along with me, into that room as a leader, as someone who, people can look to an example of how to do things right, and how to carry yourself.
He's saying all the right things. Like, how do you not like Malik Neighbors didn't say anything like that. And that right there, that threw me off. Because if I'm like, let's say I'm a CEO and I have to hire you, right? Like, what are your qualities? What are you good at? What are you not good at? What are you gonna bring to this team? You know, because if I hire you and you slack off, then it's my bad, right? But if I hire you and that's the best investment I ever did by hiring you, come on time every day, you don't complain, you do your this and that. Everybody loves working with you. Oh, it's gonna make my job a lot easier. But if I'm hiring a half bag wit who just comes when he feels like it, disrespecting the cuss, that's gonna look bad on me. I'm trying to run a damn business. I ain't trying to look all flashy and this and that. Like, and that's what the Giants fail to understand. Y'all need to stop drafting these LSU receivers. I'm an LSU fan. I can go back from Les Miles to you know, to Ryan Clark, to Ike Hillard, not Ike. I mean Ike Taylor, like Coy Webster. Like I can go back way, way, way back. I was a huge LSU fan before I became a Giants fan. I was an LSU fan. So from speaking from a team that I know, I rather the Giants draft defensive players from LSU than offensive players. Because at least offensive players, at least defensive players get it. Offensive players, they don't get it. They don't get it. I mean, we keep drafting them. We keep drafting the same mistakes, same mistakes, same mistakes. It just gets tiresome, you know. Like Odell didn't get it. What makes you think Malik Neighbors is gonna get it? Oh, he's gonna go off. Trust me. Daniel Jones may be doing what he needs to do, but I can see that Malik Neighbors don't like Daniel Jones. He just don't. And they talked about it in the draft. Well, if Daniel Jones is my quarterback, then he's my quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really nothing I can do. I just hope that, he gives me the ball or gives me the opportunity and chance for me to showcase my true talent. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not hating on Malik Neighbors. It's just, he's just doing everything the wrong way, Like, instead of going to a club, you call Daniel Jones. You call Daniel Jones. You have his number. Like, yo, let's meet up. Let's, go to the park, whatever, and throw some drills, Because, like I said in my other video, on my other live, if Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors does not get on the same page, and Daniel Jones get along with the rest of the receivers, except for him. Now, I'm not saying that Malik Neighbors is in that practice while he's throwing the ball. But let's say he's not. And Malik Neighbors is just, working on, studying the playbook instead of just being on the field. Because those guys that Daniel Jones is throwing to, they know the playbook. They know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Malik Neighbors is just catching up. So you get the feeling of, okay, Malik Neighbors needs to get into this offense. And by getting into this offense, he has to build chemistry and he has to feel comfortable around Daniel Jones. Kind of like how Plaxico and Eli was, Like Plaxico Burress, as soon as he came, boom, immediate impact. It didn't take 2, 3, 4, 5 games for them to get in sync. They got it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Malik Neighbors don't strike me as a player like that, Odunze, yes. I think Odunze and Jones would have had the best 1-2 punch connection in the NFL. But since he's gone to the Bears, which I think the Bears had the steal of the draft, in my opinion, but it's just It's just head scratching, man. It's like he's saying all the right things. It's just they're not listening. The Giants are not listening. You know, they rather stay with their cheating girlfriend than staying with the loyal girlfriend, in my opinion. This is what this looks like. It's like a date. You know, they're trying to nitpick and see who's the most spoiled, who's the one that's going to cheat. You know what I'm saying?
And look to an example of how to do things right, and how to
Sad.
conduct yourself in a way that it inspires others, inspires a big fan base, and a big market that you got to have. Yeah, you're an impressive young man, man. Appreciate it. Obviously played with one of the best quarterbacks for a few years. How about
Okay, so this is Marvin Harrison.
position? You meet a guy like this, get a chance for a touchdown, he underthrows it. What do you come back to the huddle saying to him? I don't say nothing to quarterbacks. No, I don't say nothing to quarterbacks. It's a shit throw, right? I mean, I can make the play. I can make the play still. Yeah. So I'm gonna take the cheese. I will never say anything to the quarterback. I always blame it on myself. It's always gonna make the play. Yeah. You're not gonna do anything here, right? No. Are you gonna do anything in your pro day or not? Undecided. I put myself in a position to be the best football player, or train to be the best football player I can.
See, and again, Marvin Harrison, by saying that, I'm not gonna say anything to the quarterback, that automatically triggered them saying, okay, he's not it neither. He's not it neither. So that means that if Daniel Jones goes out there and make a mistake, he's not gonna confront Daniel Jones. Malik Neighbors, he's gonna confront Daniel Jones. Like, yo, why the F you throwing over the See, this is exactly why the Giants think they slick. I know the fucking Giants, man. Like, I've been covering this team. Well, not really covering, but I've been a fan of this team since '04. The Giants ain't full of nobody. They know what they like. They like drama. And that was not even in the Giants back then. The Giants avoided all that. That was all Redskins and at the time and Cowboys. That was all them. They were allergic to prosperity. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the Giants. The Giants was always a low key franchise. You know, doing moves under the radar. You know, not making the big splashy moves that everybody wanted. You know, making under the radar key moves. You know, and that resulted them to winning 2 Super Bowls. You know, drafting well, free agency. You know what I'm saying? Now look at them. They're resorting back to the damn Cowboys, overpaying for a defensive end. Like, but again, the reason why they didn't, Malik Neighbors is the only one that stood out to them. You know, he didn't want to hear what they want to see. I mean, Malik Neighbors didn't say what they want to hear. They wanted to hear the opposite. They wanted to hear the opposite. And I don't want to hear that when he lashes out, oh, he's just a rookie. Now, F all that. Because if Odell can do that, so can Malik Neighbors. And those LSU receivers are different. They're not Ohio State receivers or Washington receivers, which Washington, obviously, in a college standpoint, they were pretty good last year. I think they made the Rose Bowl. I'm not sure. But they're not Washington receivers. You know what I'm saying? Or I just probably just say Washington State or whatever, Washington. LSU receivers are built different. They will not hesitate to bark back, But hearing what Marvin Harrison said, like he's not gonna. So, like I said, if Daniel Jones goes out there and overthrows him, he literally means that he's not going to confront him. Oh, I don't confront quarterbacks. That's not my job. My job is to catch the ball. Whether they overthrow it, underthrow it, it's my job to catch the ball. And I think that's not what they want to hear. What they wanted to hear was what Malik Neighbors said, which was nothing.
testing numbers or anything like that. So I'm training for football, getting ready for September 2024. So I'm looking forward to the combine interviews. That's a pseudo speed dating scenario. A lot of it's fast.
So again,
More continuing.
I think I think Marvin Harrison landed in the right opportunity. And I think Odunze landed in the right opportunity because both of them are going to be playing with very good quarterbacks. I think both of them is going to be playing with very good quarterbacks. Kyler Murray is way better than Daniel Jones. I don't care what nobody says. And if they can build around Caleb Williams, give him a nice bag, give him a very good tight end, give him a decent defense, then the Bears can probably make some noise in the NFC North because that NFC North division is wide open, But again, that's not what the Giants wanted to hear from all three of them. The Giants wanted to hear what Malik Neighbors had to say, which was nothing. If you don't get the ball, how are you going to, react? And, I hate losing. It's like everybody hates losing. But you didn't really give any context to what the question was asked. But again, I differed, but that's all about it. But, man, at the end of the day, man, it sucks. It sucks. And this is why I have the Giants picking second again in this year's draft or in this up-and-coming draft. Like when I say I ain't bullshitting, I'm not bullshitting. This is as realistic as it can get. So, yeah, Giants fans can go on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and say, "Oh, the Giants are going to do this. The Giants are going to do that." Like I said before, they know the answer. Let me repeat that. They think they know the answer. I know the solution, and I'm going to repeat that over and over and over because I said that way before. I think this was around March. No, I think this was around July. I said that if the Giants have a decent record, they make the playoffs, I'm going to delete all my YouTube channels. If I can find my blue book that I wrote that on, or maybe I didn't. Hold on. I think I wrote it here somewhere. Okay, right here. Okay, I wrote it down right here in red ink. Okay. This was May 6th. Okay, so this was not in the summer. This was May 6th, 7:45 p.m., year 2004. And I signed it with my signature. And I quote, if the New York Giants make it to the playoffs with a decent record, I'm going to delete all my YouTube channels. Right here. Okay? I'm willing to put my YouTube channel on the line to prove a point when I say that the New York Giants are bad. They're going to be bad this year. How bad? I don't know. I'm probably going to do my schedule. I'm probably going to do my schedule Saturday. Because I was fixing on doing it next month, but obviously I'm not going to be here I'm not going to be in this house next month. So, I'm still going to be in this house, but it's going to be a slow moving process, because we're not going to move in one take, depending on how many people are helping us move. Because it's just going to be me, my cousin, my mom, my mom's sister's brother. So it's probably going to be just three of us, moving everything, So I'm still going to put up content here and there. But anyways, but yeah, I wrote it down. Like I said, I wrote it down. I'm willing to put all my YouTube channels on the line. if the New York Giants have a decent record and make the playoffs, I'm going to delete all my YouTube channels because I only have 3. I have Cuban Dog Thickness. I have Nick's Hope Savior, and then I have this one. This is my main channel that I use. I'll be on my other channels here and there, but I mainly be on this one. This is the one I started. So, but yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.